Hello, welcome back to Sly 2 Band of Thieves. We are ready to fall down and follow Dimitri.
I just intercepted an email from Dimitri. He's ordered his guards to ring the boat's bell when the coast is clear.
Coast is clear for what?
Of that I'm uncertain. Ring the bell and follow him without being seen. Then maybe we'll find out what he's hiding.
This is reminding me, strangely, of all things, of Majora's Mask, when you ring the bell to make a fake go out of the door, but whatever. Here's the man himself, Dimitri, nightclub owner. Yes, listen to this amazing music that plays whenever he's around.
Keep it smooth, baby.
I love Dimitri a lot, he's amazing. Now, I wasn't kidding when I said this game feels like a bit of Assassin's Creed, because we're tailing this guy, preferably through the rooftops, but not necessarily. You can follow him from the ground as well if you want, but being on the rooftop is generally an easier thing to do. Except, I mean, when I say that, this game did come out before Assassin's Creed, so technically Assassin's Creed is a poor man's Sly Cooper. No, but anyway, we just need to follow him around, see where he's getting off to. He has a surprisingly long tail. I don't know why, but I'm always intrigued by the really long tail in his model. Because I've always gotten the impression from his drawings that, you know, his tail isn't that long, but I don't know. Very random detail that is things I think about. He's also just rambling about something or other. It probably is funny stuff. I don't actually know because I never listen. I'm a terrible person. But, whatever. I'm staying quiet because I was expecting to get some interesting information from Benny. Benny? A Bentley?
Kinetic aesthetic. Make art. Breathe art. Feel art. Be art.
Wait, what's he even saying? Like, Pribe! Bibart! Is this like Russian or something? Because I think he's supposed to be Russian, right? I mean, if he's called... Surely no other people than Russians are called Dimitri, but... Bentley, you wanna chip in? I know Bentley's going to say something!
You won't.
Maybe he already said it and I ignored it. Okay, I guess maybe Bentley doesn't want to chip in, but you basically wanna be on Dimitri's level. Because we need to see how he's actually entering this place, don't we?
Aha!
Yes, I also look just like that when I pin in the alarm code to work or something.
Good job tailing him, Sly. He had no idea you were watching while he typed in that secret code. Hold on. Looks like that door leads to the nightclub's aqua pump. This might be useful for the heist.
Now we're back at the hideout because there's something interesting. First off, do I have anything to sell? I don't think so, no. Okay, and we don't have enough money anyway. But we're finally going to be playing as someone else. Press X to play as Murray. You can't actually play as him until this point in the game after you've done both the missions. Follow Dimitri and bug his office. I believe you need to do both. Anyway, Murray is actually surprisingly pretty much as agile, almost as agile at least I should say, as Sly is. It's kinda ridiculous, but he's also super strong. For instance, instead of Sly's knockout move, you can, for instance, just do this, pick people up, and then throw them on the ground if you want. You can also use this to throw them on other enemies and make extra damage that way. There's some other things as well that he can do in terms of combat. He has a KO combo as well, which is the same as Sly's. You just hit triangle and then square, which is a super useful move. You pretty much don't really need anything else. All other things you do is just flavor text, basically. The reason that I said before that the upgrade Fists of Flames is useless is because it kind of is. Murray, the Fists of Flames just increases the power of your punching move if you equip them. equipping them takes up some sort of special meter, which I haven't shown yet. And it doesn't really matter because Murray is pretty much as strong as he needs to be already. But as we get into this area, we're gonna get into some of the special things about Murray.
Murray, I need you to make your way back to the aqua pump room and sabotage it.
Jeez, I don't know. How am I supposed to get past these lasers?
You should be able to break that power box by throwing something at it. Press the circle button to use your stomp move near the ice machine to pick up a block of ice. Then press the square button to throw the block at the power box.
Hit the circle button to pick stuff up and the square button to throw. Got it.
Yeah, Murray's visors are probably the best example of how this game was clearly made in 4x3 before. Oh wow, I had a burp in that laugh, that was weird. Anyway, you press the circle button near objects such as this chair or these ice cube things, and you can pick them up just like the enemies and throw them at things. I'm gonna use this to throw the things at the things, and I'm being very specific here. Don't punch them, that doesn't really help. The ice cubes are just here because they are infinite. We do that.
You're strong, Murray. Try picking up other stuff in the room.
Thanks, Bentley. You're always the helpful one, aren't you? I mean, he tries his best, but he just, you know, he thinks you're an idiot, basically. And I'm saying all these things as if I really despise Bentley or something. I really don't. I like him a lot. He's charming and nice. And as I said, no one else but Bentley's voice actor could have a voice like this and not sound terrible.
Enemies that are knocked out can be picked up with your stomp move.
Murray is, you know, obviously Murray's strength is impressive and whatnot, but it's so impressive, he doesn't even need his thumbs to pick up things. He just jabs his fingers into the ice and holds it. Amazing. Also, the ice never melts. But yeah, but as Bentley said, throw things at enemies and you can knock them out, which is nice. It doesn't kill them, however. You need to do that yourself. You can pick them up. You can even pick up the big guys, which is really impressive. You'll notice how Murray has no more problem picking up the big bad guard guys than he has picking up tiny ice cubes. And I got hit, but whatever. These lasers can go through and it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, as Bentley is going to, again, tell us himself, but I don't care, I'm going to ignore him. We need to toss these guards into the little water fountain thing generator, whatever this is. I don't really know what this is even supposed to be, but we need to throw these guards in here to clog the pipe. It's kinda cruel, if we're being honest. I always thought these things, these kinds of things, you know, I have a, you know, what do I want to say? I get claustrophobic on people's behalf, and I don't think that's unusual by any means, but...
That did it, Murray. With the aqua pump out of commission, they'll be forced to route water through the old pipe tower. Those fools, they're playing right into our hands.
Those fools! I love Bentley. I have been ragging on Bentley, and he doesn't deserve it because I do like him a lot. Not as much as Murray. Hey, bad FMV, you know what that means? It's a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, fellas, I've constructed a plan to get at the clockwork tail feathers. But we'll need to pull off a few more jobs to set things up for the heist. First, Sly will have to pick a few pockets in the theater so that we'll have access to the Spotlight Control Center. Once that's accomplished, we'll be able to turn off all the security around the printing press. We'll need your muscle, Murray, to take out all the exterior alarm horns. We don't want anything to alert the guards while we pull off the big job. And finally, we'll need to get into the discotheque to drop this mirror ball. Trust me, it's all part of the plan.
Alright, so we still have a bit of a ways to go before we can take on Dimitri. But I don't feel like we have quite enough time to actually do any missions right now, so I'm going to do something else instead. We need some money for the Fists of Flame, even though it's a completely useless move. We don't have anything to sell, but how about we get some things? I'm not just gonna run around and grab guards or anything. I'm going to instead show something nice that we can do. If you remember where that sort of concert area, if you want to call it that, is? I don't exactly remember the directions there. But I remember the area well, and we're gonna go there. Oh, wait, this is a perfect time to show something. I've completely forgotten about this at all, even though these are super useful things. Press the select menu and you'll get into this gadget grid. And you can choose what moves you want to have equipped. So the knockout die, for example, how about we press that on a L1, and the smoke bomb, that can be on R2, I guess. That's what I like to do. Smoke bomb is super useful. If you get in a fight, just use it and run. Yeah, it's that simple. It's honestly kind of an invaluable move. It's really useful, can get you out of some really bad situations, and just all around save a lot of time as well. I'm gonna show off the knockout move as well, knockout dive as well, I guess just for demonstration. It looks like this. But you'll notice on your health meter we now have a yellow meter as well. It's our special meter. Knockout dive will obviously, as the name implies, knock out people, and you can use that if you've been caught already. You can use that to knock out people who have seen you and then still do that knockout move right there. It's an excellent way to deal with a bad situation, but mostly useful if you have, you know, if you're not really seen by a lot of people. But yeah, that depletes a special meter, which can be replenished the same way as, you know, health is replenished. When you replenish health, you also replenish special meter. It doesn't regenerate over time or anything, it's just, you know, from health pickups. I don't know why I'm saying you know so much, but anyway, the reason I wanted to go to this area is because we actually have a fine art right here. Just like with the painting, and just like Bentley's going to explain himself already, we want to bring this back to the hideout without getting hit once. There's no problem getting caught, so long as you can do it without getting hit. And doing so without getting hit is not really much of a problem now we have the smoke bomb. Here's also another piece of fine art, which I'm going to grab in a second. You can only have one at a time, so don't bother trying. And as with Dimitri's painting, bringing fine arts to the hideout allows you to sell them, obviously. 153, we still need a whole 7 more coins for this stupid power-up, so let's go and get that other treasure as well. Alright, here we go. 205 for an ivory jewel box. I already had 400 at this point though, because I killed some enemies and whatnot on the way, but here we go. We now can afford the Fists of Flame. I'm gonna take out Mary just for a brief second to show this off. Do we also have a Mary mission coming up? I don't actually remember, but equip it just like with the slice things. I, by the way, love that portrait, that's awesome. You equip them like this, his belly jiggles, which is amazing, and you just have one harder hit, which lasts until you hit an enemy. It's honestly probably completely useless. Now over here by this restaurant place is actually now appear a treasure as well as a Murray mission, which explains, which answers what I asked if there was going to be one. I didn't ask it, I don't know, fuck it, whatever. There's a Murray mission later on, we'll get that next time. For now we're just gonna run over with this treasure, which is now broken. I should have used my smoke bombs actually, now that I think about it. Now if you're at all curious, there actually is a way to get into Dimitri's office as Murray, even though you wouldn't think so, because getting up here is kinda looks like it's sly only, but it really isn't. I'll show you a clip right here. If you manage to get yourself placed on the back of this chair, which is kind of difficult because it's a very small space to do so on, you can do a very specific jump up like this. With enough finagling, you should be able to make your way up like this. Come on. It's sort of weird. I don't know why Murray doesn't really want to do this. It's possible. There. Come on. You can do this, Murray. Your bulking frame isn't that much for this puny window ceiling thing. Come on, come on, come on. Don't fall down. Here we go. This is actually a way to get into the Dimitri's office if you want to try and do that for some reason, which has no purpose though, because for some weird reason Murray can't actually open safes. I don't get it. But as you can see, he isn't able to get the treasure, so Slime still needs to come here to do that. But if you for some reason want to go and try and bug Dimitri's office, I mean, it's already bugged, you can't do that mission as Murray, but you know, you get the point, whatever. Here we go, this is the last treasure of this place, which is the Jade Vase for 246 coins. We now have 507, which is a good amount. We certainly don't need any more right now. Obviously there's going to be more stuff to purchase on ThiefNet later on, but for now we have everything we could ever possibly want. Next time we'll continue work on infiltrating Dimitri's clubby place. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.